And hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is where you are. And let me turn off the phone so it doesn't go ping at you. And well, thank you. It's been 2 weeks since I've been here and I've really missed it. So I'm really pleased that I could get the studio back into some kind of state where I could actually stream today. I've made huge amount of changes where I'm working. The first most obvious one is there's no longer a green chalkboard behind me. That's now sitting off to the side. And behind me, I have a selection of the Lego that I built. I've got some knickknacks that just mean the world to me. And I've got my MVP award, which is currently hiding behind my head. You can just see it there, which I was so honored to get last year in September. But my room has been such an absolute mess. I just haven't actually had a chance to stand it up. So a week's worth of work doing that. The first week was unfortunately my mental health just wasn't here, so I couldn't stream. And even today, we've actually set up a second office in the house today so that my partner can also work from home without taking over the entire living room. And the desk that she needed for that office was kind of where I dumped everything so that I could clear the bookshelves. So we've had a few weeks of just seriously hard work trying to get all this sorted up. There's still work left to do, but the main work's now done. So yeah, I'm so pleased that I could join you today and we can do some Lego building. Now, I was going to try and fix my bonsai tree that I built a few weeks ago, but unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen because I got my second harpooning today, and yeah, whilst it didn't hurt when the needle went in, I am starting to feel the muscle ache just a little bit now. So I'm probably just going to build Everyone is Awesome today, and we'll see what time it is. If I've got loads of time left over, then I've got another little one that I'm going to build. It's actually a freebie set that came with the Everyone is Awesome. And if it takes an hour or so to build Everyone is Awesome, then we're just going to be building that one today. On that note, let's check here. And you can see I have to keep on leaning across because my cabling is not sorted yet. So I don't have my Elgato Stream Deck on my phone working properly. So I'm having to use the laptop to try and change scenes. So it's a little bit, as I do say, how to touwtje vandaag. Getting everything together. But you know what? We'll see how it goes. So here it is. Everyone is awesome. And I really, really wanted to build this in June because it kind of means a lot to me to build something like this. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And it didn't happen last week either because of running out of time. So I'm quite pleased that we can actually get on it. Now, I've heard from several people that this is a really nice build. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes. We have an entire rainbow of Lego figures with the rainbow, the flag coming down from the top of the waterfall type thing here. And as you can see, it kind of looks like an open book when you look at it from the top, with the page folded over and the people spread across it. Now, I've done nothing with this build yet, so I have no idea what to expect. It's still sealed. So let's get it open and have a look what's inside. I did remember scissors today, although only just. To give you an idea of how unprepared I was because of the whole rushing around, literally whilst I was live with my backdrop, I was still running around the house trying to find everything that we needed to get building today. So let's slice this one open. And I'm really pleased that this box doesn't have to be destroyed to open it. I wish Lego would do this more often. It's all too often these days you get boxes that you have to punch the ends, as we have with Venom, which is currently waiting to be finished with Jessica when we do another stream together. But it just seems such a shame to actually like rip open a box when you can just seal it with sellotape and you can open it without doing any damage whatsoever. So let's see what we've got inside, shall we? Wow, we actually have more bags than I was expecting. That's everything. So we'll pop the box on the floor. says she hopefully. In the new studio, I have my desk at standing height all of the time. I'm currently sitting on a standing chair right now. And it means that it's no longer quite so easy just to drop stuff to the floor. Also means that I might wobble a bit whilst I'm building today. So that one's going to be an interesting one to see whether or not I wobble about all the time or I can actually keep myself stationary. I've had the wobble chair since Monday, and I've noticed that in meetings, I'm kind of sitting here wobbling backwards and forwards as the meeting goes along. And it's great to do, and it keeps the circulation up and everything else, but I'm not sure it comes across great on the other side of the video when you can't sit still for more than 2 minutes. But we'll see. So in here we have some planks. We have a square and a rectangular whiteboard. Let's bring those over to the side. We have our Everyone is Awesome instruction manual with our little Lego figures doing a dance on the back. We'll open that one in a second. And let the sorting begin. Now, it looks like there's lots of bits to sort here, and I think we're just going to have to sort them all at once because nothing's got a number on it, so I'm guessing we just do everything at once. And we have our rainbow of figures here. So we have our orange, our red, our black. We have green hair, our brown head, some purple 1x2s. And then, of course, we have all of the purple flat 2x2s. See if we can put those in a stack of 5. I'm guessing we have 5 of these. And then we do the same. Oh, we have the purple head too. And we have blue hair. We have another purple 1x2. Wow, we've got a lot of purple 1x2s here. I'm guessing that entire waterfall is built of these bricks. And yeah, some more. Another flat 2x2. This is not going to be a good sorting day. It is not going to be neat, and I apologize. Let's start on the yellow then, shall we? So we have 5 yellow discs plus 2 smooth yellows. Then we have orange. One, 2, 3, 4, 6 of the orange ones. So I wonder why we only have 5 of the yellow. I think I'm going to find a yellow in another bag. Could well be. 2, 3. Some pink. My son would be happy. Actually, I can't wait to show my son when it's built. I think he's going to really love it. Some inches. And another 1x2. Some brown tiles. Wow. This really is a lot of stuff to sort. But I am going to try and sort it properly. Otherwise, it's going to take me an age to get it built, and I'm just going to get truly frustrated. Wow, lots of brown tiles. I think we actually have more brown tiles than anything else so far. Some black ones. Fun thing is, in my heart of hearts, I know I'm sorting this wrong. Because I should be sorting them by color in the order that they go across the whole set. And I'm just not doing that. Bring the blue ones down here. Yeah, we're still on screen. That's good. So I hope everybody's had an awesome week. It's been quite fun here this week. It's been fun working in a room that I've not had to climb over all the stuff that was in storage to actually start to do some work. I'm going to be honest, it's been a while since I've been able to do that. You move into a new house, and yes, we're going to do this, this, and this with the house, and it's going to be spectacular and awesome and everything else. And then real life gets in the way. You get it to the point where you can use the house, and the rooms that you don't use that often kind of just turn into a, yeah. So I'm going to move the extra bags over to the side so we've got space to sort. Okay, so we have our black 2x2s. It's also been spectacular here this week because I've been having a lot of fun. It's I went on Monday for a walk with a colleague because we don't see each other anymore and because we're rarely in the office together. Me and him went on a walk through the dunes in the Netherlands, and we saw some really nice wildlife. We saw a deer walking along the path in front of us. We had a really awesome chat, which is something that we just don't get to do that often anymore. I mean, I honestly, I don't miss working in the office. I'm not looking forward to the point where we actually start to go back to the office on a regular basis. I'm really going to do my best not to be in the office more than once per week at most. Preferably once every 2 weeks. But you do notice that you're kind of, those chats that you'd have with people, just randomly bouncing ideas off of them when you're getting coffee at the water cooler or whatever, they just don't happen when you're not in the office. So it was nice actually planning a time to just spend an hour and a half talking about some work things, about some non-work things, getting to know each other better because it's a colleague that hasn't worked with us for very long. And yes, really a spectacular way to begin an afternoon. Even if you don't have time, which we don't have time to spend an hour walking in the dunes right now, it's still really so worth adding that time to your schedule somehow so that you can do it. And the weather's been nicer here as well. So for the first time in a few weeks, I was in the pool again this week. Finishing work at 5 o'clock, quickly throwing on a swimming costume and jumping in the water. It was awesome. I hope there's time to do more of that over the coming weeks. Although maybe not just yet, because as you might be able to see from the picture, my hair has suddenly turned a nice red color. And if there's one thing you don't want to do with hair that's just been freshly dyed, especially freshly dyed red, it's jump into chlorinated water and cause the red to leach out. Not only does it fade faster, but my swimming pool would start to look like Nemesis from Alton Towers in the UK, as in with lots of pink water. Not something that I particularly want to do. Okay, this is not sorted in any way, shape, or form nicely, but you know what? We'll do it. So what else has been going on in the last 2 weeks, which is nice to talk about? Well, I thought I would try and get some new kit for the studio because I was fed up with fighting some of the kit that I had. And I treated myself to a really nice Thunderbolt 3 dock for my laptop. So that, in theory, I can charge the laptop and I can connect to my monitors, to my microphone, and everything else with only one cable. That did not work. It's, I think they're going to be getting this dock back tomorrow. It was a humongous amount of money, and to be honest, it is absolutely no better than my cheap docks that I've got. And to get it working today, I literally had to spend 10 minutes plugging the cable in and unplugging it for it to be actually recognized and pick up. Weird thing is, DisplayPort's worked. So I plugged it in and I got 2 monitors. And in that sense, it is fantastic. 2 4K monitors, and it works instantly. Unfortunately, for some of the other stuff, it's not nearly as good. So getting the microphone to work was hard. Getting getting the camera to work was the hardest one, and actually I gave up trying to get the camera working. I have an Elgato Camlink 4K, which I use to get a mirrorless camera into the machine, the one that's currently wobbling backwards and forwards because I nudged the desk a bit too hard. And that just downright refused to play ball with this dock. It would work and then stop, and then work and then stop. And then it warned that there was a power drain going on the dock, and it really just cut everything off. And I got that fed up with it that my old dock, a really cheap USB-C dock, is currently plugged into the laptop. In fact, you can see it here. In order to get the camera working reliably, because literally, without that, it did nothing. Which, for the price that you pay for a Thunderbolt dock, is just unacceptable. So I think after today's session, that one's going to go back. I'm going to be recabling my entire studio again for work tomorrow. And yeah, I don't know. It seems really hard to actually be able to find a decent Thunderbolt dock. I really have the idea that I'm going to end up going for a Dell one, which also doesn't get amazing reviews. But just because then it's at least designed to work with the laptop that I've got, and see what that one gives me. It still drives two 4K screens, which is really important to me. It has enough connectivity to put everything I need onto it. And in theory, it will also give me the power I need for my laptop, so I don't have to plug in my power brick and my dock and everything else. It's also hideously expensive, which is why I've kind of been putting it off. Although, to be fair, it's only the same cost as this Belkin dock. And like I say, the fact that it doesn't get amazing reviews is also making me just a little bit doubtful. But I've got to do something better than I'm doing right now, so I'm not sure I have any choice. I've also been making a nice testing framework this week. That's been a lot of fun. It's in order to do regression tests on our website, I'm writing a framework where you can pass in a JSON file of the kind of thing that you want to test. And then that will go through your website and it will fill in the things you want to fill in. It will not fill in the things that you don't want to fill in. Obviously, you still have to tell it what options there are on the page to fill in, but I'm kind of trying to make it as easy as possible to make test scripts reusable, to try and take some load off of the teams that are writing the tests. That's been an interesting experience. I've been enjoying that. At some point, I'd like to have a go at live streaming these things, because I've learned a lot over the last week, but it's not really a lot that I can say now. It was more stuff which I'd have enjoyed doing with other people to show what's been going on. I'm aware that I put these blue ones in completely the wrong place, but never mind. Just 2 more bags to sort, and then we can actually get on with building. I don't think that I'm going to have much time left over to start the next set that I was talking about, though. So maybe that's going to have to be for another week. And of course, we've still got lots of stuff left to build. I've got to finish off the Venom with Jessica. So she's going to be finishing off Carnage. We've got one bag left for that. I've got a few other people that I've asked to build with me. So that's going to be coming up either July or maybe after the holidays. I don't know. I've got the TARDIS, which I need to finish rebuilding because that's been sitting half finished for too long now. And then, whoops, that went ping. Finish off sorting the rest, and then we'll see whether or not we can find it. I have an idea that it was either hair. Yeah, it must have been hair, because I think we have all the heads. Oh, no, it might have been the head. Look, here's an extra head now. So I guess it was probably a head. Oops. Come on, don't knock stuff over. It was hair. It was purple hair. Ta-da! That's what we lost. Right, now. The penultimate bag. This is fun. I'm running out of space to actually build here. That's going to be fun too. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to show you the instructions. So what I'll probably do is just bring the instructions across and show you what I'm about to do. And in the long term, I'm going to probably do what Married with Geeks does for their instructions. Actually have the instructions on a separate panel on the screen rather than having them as a book that I need to try and share with you somehow. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. The final bag. And then we can start to get onto some of the interesting stuff, like, you know, the actual building. So now doing what I should have been doing at the beginning, which is actually piling things up so that we can fit more Lego on the table. I'm beginning to think that maybe Lego should have done this as a 2-bag set, because it just seems like there's an awful lot of stuff in here to try and organize for one bag. But never mind. It's going to be fun anyway. Yeah, a few more of these across. We'll just destroy it. Why not? I'm not going to bother picking up the things that have fallen over. I think we've spent enough time sorting and it's in a good enough position that we can get started. Get the legs and the last bodies, the last torsos. Seriously, Lego can be really scary. We've got like 10 torsos and 10 bodies and 10 heads lying on the table. And that is it for the sorting. Phew. I didn't think we're actually going to get through that. That was like 20 minutes of sorting there. That's a lot of Lego pieces. So let's get our book out and see what we've got here, shall we? So we have a little bit about the Everyone is Awesome set. I wanted to create a model that is a symbol of inclusivity, that celebrates everyone, no matter how they identify or who they love. Everyone is unique, and with a little more love, acceptance, and understanding in the world, we can all feel free to be our true, awesome selves. This model is to show that we care and that we truly believe everyone is awesome. We hope you'll build this model and display it with pride. A celebration of love, a celebration of you. Matthew Ashton, Vice President of Design, The Lego Group. At The Lego Group, we recognize and celebrate the diversity of the world we live in. We believe that everyone should be able to express themselves and that Lego bricks are the perfect tool to let everybody do exactly that. Fostering inclusivity enriches each and every one of us and helps us inspire the creators of tomorrow and the problem solvers of tomorrow. I actually really quite like that. That is such a nice opening to the book. So, step one, let's make lots of little Lego people. So I'm going to move the book out. Can we put the book here, maybe? Yeah. So let's start with our sky blue man. Let's make sure it's actually in shot. And then our white person. Bearing in mind what this set represents, I am not going to say man and woman. I'm going to say person. And we have Jessica's mum with a nice purple heart agreeing. It was a beautiful sentiment. I think it's probably the best opening of a Lego set that I've had. Get back into shot again. I love the 50s quiff. Do the orange. Whoops. We'll just destroy some of the thing we have. So we'll do purple now. Red. Is that a beehive? That is a purple beehive hairdo. That's awesome. I didn't realize that Lego had so many different hairstyles that they could just put on their figures. Now we'll do the pink. I've just realized I'm sitting in completely the wrong place to do this so that it's visible. Then we'll do the brown Lego figure. And the red. Oh, that's quite a cool spiky hairstyle. There we go. 2 more to go. Our yellow figure. And last but not least, our green figure. So we have 11 different colors in all. So that's page 1. Now we need those wonderful instructions. Put one board on the table. And then we'll put this one on top. And I'm guessing here we're making the base plate for the set. Then we need 2 of these slightly longer ones. And one goes down each side. Like so. And then we get the big place plate. And now we have a place for the instructions. Awesome. And we'll put that one across. And I'm guessing it's going to go like this. So that we go across that way. Then we're going to flip it upside down. And we're going to put in the remainder of the white planks. So we've got a long one on this side. Along with our 3 short white planks. And our last remaining long plank to give it some stability and set everything up. And there's our base plate. Now I'm guessing we need to start putting something on it. I nearly fell off my chair then too. I don't know if you noticed. I leant to the side and the chair goes with me. You have to get used to the fact that the stall is actually designed to move. It's not designed to sit stationary. So it's supposed to help you get your core muscles working whilst you're sitting the whole day. So we need a black block, a brown block, a red block, an orange block, a yellow block, and a green block. And we build that across. So we go black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green. So far, so good. And then we need a blue, a purple, one of our baby blues, a white block, and last but not least, a pink block. And they go across in the same order. So blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. Okay, I see. That builds up the back wall that you're going to see when you look at it from the back on, but it's going to be 3 bricks deep. So now we need to start building up the sides. So we'll start with if I can get the cat hair out from inside of it. I've vacuumed this room twice today and there's still cat hair floating around. Seriously. So we need a black brick at one side and we need a pink brick on the opposite side. And then in the middle, we're going to put down these beige ones just to take up some space. And then on the front, we do the same. We put one of every color across the front of the set. So we have black, brown, red, orange. And this is why I should have put everything in order, really, because then it would have been so much easier to get it. Yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, pink because I picked up the wrong one because my head was ahead of my body, and a white one to finish it off. And now we start with our 2x3s. And again, we just put those across. So we go black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, blue, white, and pink. I'm loving it already. Oh, and now we're actually going to start to do the ones across the front. So we're going to start off with the black, and then we're going to do the brown. And now I look at the instructions, I can see why some have 6 tiles and some have 5 tiles. It depends on how the single blocks line up. So we'll start with black, and there we want all of the black squares in order. Then we have one smooth 1x2, one 1x2 with nodules, and then the last one. Then we do brown, and if I don't throw the brown across all of the other Lego bricks and ruin all of the sorting that I just spent 20 minutes doing. And here we only need our one with the knobbly bits, and that's going to go one step back. And then we fill in the rest of them with the brown smooth ones. Let's guess. Orange and red next. Oh, orange, red, and yellow next. But we start with the red. And then we need to do 1, 2, 3. We need to do 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have to polish this up afterwards. It's now full of finger marks. Then we do a 1x2 smooth, one with doppies, then a smooth, and then the last square. And these ones that are remaining, I'm guessing they're used to make the top of our thing smooth. What next? Next is orange. And orange, we also do 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the orange 1x2. And then we put the last 2 orange in front. So the yellow is going to be 3 and then 2 at the front. So we do 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to want these yellow bits. So we do 1, 2, 1. And then we just put these ones in front. Green, blue, and purple. So the green follows the same pattern as the yellow. So we have 3. Then we have that, and then we have another 3 on front. And then the blue, we only have 2 at the back. And then we do the whole 1x2, 1x2, 1x2. And then we finish it off with the 3 smooth ones. Just a trans flag left to go now. And that is, we do, oh no, I missed out the purple, didn't I? Shall I go back and fill in the purple? Where we do 1, 2. Oops. Thank you. I love this background. It is actually real life, so I can actually move across there and play with things. I've had people in meetings all week asking me, "Have you got a new picture in your background?" It's like, it's not a picture. It's we can actually come across, and we can play with the Nintendo Mario that I got for my birthday last year. And it's given me a chance to get my Lego on display as opposed to just having it around. It's also made my partner quite happy because it means she doesn't have to put up with so much geeky Lego in the living room. I still have geeky Lego in the living room, but I've got some of it up here too. And we have over my shoulder, we have the Women of NASA, and that is the Lego set that got me started on streaming Lego. When I was asked to give a talk about Lego on International Women's Day. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool, as well as giving a talk, going through the Lego sets I've got, why I like it, what I'm planning on building next, to also build a set at the same time as talking. Did I even think it was possible that I was going to be able to do that? And I wasn't sure, but I wanted to give it a try. And I'm pleased to say that it worked. And it kind of got me a little bit addicted to it. So I am now really happy that I can spend this time on Sunday streaming, building Lego, and it's just good fun. But I am super proud to have my whole my shelves up. It's not in its final form yet because there's still more work that I want to do. I think it's one of those things, to be honest, that's probably never going to be finished. But these shelves are quite old. They came with us from our last house to this house. And they're a little bit dark. It's they're IKEA Billy bookcases, but it's a Boken veneer, the birch veneer. And I'm kind of thinking maybe white Billy bookcases or maybe some floating shelves, something like that, might actually look better. We'll see. It might happen. It might not. It won't happen this year. But it's something I've definitely got my eye on. First of all, before I do anything else this year, I want to get my lighting organized. Yes, I do have some pretty cool studio lights, which is what's illuminating me right now. But they're huge. They take up so much space. And I'm thinking of replacing them with some Elgato light panels, just so that I'm not continually tripping over stuff and I can actually have some of my room back instead of just having it all full with lights. Okay, so that's our base plate completed. And I'm guessing now we're going to carry on building up the back wall just a bit more. So we have the black, the brown, the red, the orange, the Lego, the Lego, of course it's Lego, the yellow, the green, the blue, some purple, some baby blue, some white, and our pink again at the end. Now, I think I can possibly guess what's coming up next. we have black on one side, and we have pink on the other. And in the middle, we have our beige fillers. And then we're going to build at the front. What do we think? Yay! Then we build at the front. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. And then we're going to do another set of the 2x3s, I imagine. Hey, Eldit, you're here. Yeah, so you have the. Do you have the big Elgato key lights, or do you have the key lights? It's, I've been looking at the two. There's quite a difference in price. I'm just wondering what real life experiences are the difference between the two. The other one that I'm wondering is the thing I love about the studio lights I have right now. They're bounced off of umbrellas, and it's a really soft light. And kind of the only thing I'm scared about with the Elgatos is it's going to be way too strong, and it's going to wash me out a little bit. What do we have? You have two of them. They are amazing. Angelique has the Elgato Keylight Air. Also very nice if you need something smaller. See, that's what I'm considering. How big a light do I actually need? And so I'm going to have a think and see. And red, orange, yellow. Make sure you put them down correctly, Stacy. Don't do another orange because it's green there. My concentration isn't 100% today. The blue, the white, and we'll finish off with the pink. And then we get to build up the next layer. The black, the brown, the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. Oh, that's nice. So you can regulate both the light strength and the warmth of the light, which is nice because I only have 55K here. I have daylight in front of me. And just play with it until you find a setting that works for you. I kind of see this happening after payday. Because it's, I mean, these umbrellas, they must be about 70 centimeters each because they stick out either side of the desk, which is 140. So I've got about 140, 150 centimeters of umbrellas above my head right now. Like I say, it's just a bit too much. And I had some fantastic light boxes too. And I used them the other day and they worked really nicely. I could get nice shadows coming behind me. The shelves were really beautifully illuminated. But literally, I couldn't walk in the room. It was, these light boxes are like 60, 70 centimeters each, and they're on a stand, and it wasn't doable. Which is a shame, because that means I've actually bought something and never actually had a chance to use it properly. But never mind. Let's build at the front. I'm going off-piste here. I'm assuming that the next instruction on the book is just to do what I'm doing. Find out in a second. See whether or not I've done it wrong. What have I lost? I've lost the purple bricks. The baby blue. The white and the pink again. This is going to be quite a strong wall that we're building at the back here, which of course it should be. Then we go for our penultimate 2x3 wall. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. And make sure they're all pressed down correctly. And if we hadn't have guessed, and the last row of these bricks. And it's just struck me, the reason why we're building it in this way instead of just, we could have just built it all out of these bricks, of course. But by having that beige row across the middle, we just put that extra strength into the wall and make sure it's not going to fall apart on us every time we move the set. So the yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. And then we'll drop these end caps on and do our last row of beige, like so. And then we'll build the front up. So you have the umbrellas as well. Angelique, use them for lowlands. It is nice for the full studio experience, but it is a bit much. And yeah, I have the green screen. That's one thing that I've not done yet. I'm going to do that in probably when I'm live coding, because I'm desperate to start live coding. But running along the top of these bookshelves now, I actually have a green screen that I can put up and take down in like seconds. So, as in, we can just pull a green screen across now and turn that on whenever I need to use it. But yeah, it needs a little bit of half-decent lighting to make it work properly. Maybe I'll bring out the umbrellas for that, even if I do use the Elgatos for everyday use. But it is a bit much just having them up constantly in the room. Where was I? I was going to build up the front row of this. Should never do something halfway between getting a row finished, because my mind is now completely gone over to what I was just doing. Thank you, Elder. It's I was really happy with the way that it worked in the end. It's I brought it with a stand to put the green screen up, and it works kind of nicely, but it's a pain to set up. It takes up yet even more space because the green screen, the soft boxes, and the umbrellas, they all have the same base, and it's just not good. So having this now, this is on a curtain wire that stretched from one side of the room to the other. And I've just brought the curtain clips. So it's got a ring that goes on the wire, and then it's just a clip, like a clothes peg, that you put onto the curtain to support it in place. I have to laugh at that. I say, I would love to show the Lego for my background when I'm live coding. I just want to make sure that I don't take up too much of the screen with me and my Lego. That's the only thing that I'm wondering about. I have Malmo's investment in a 6-meter high pink unicorn. Oh, that is superb. I'm going to have to look for pictures of this. That looks absolutely fantastic. Oh, that sounds absolutely fantastic. Now that is a statement. Awesome. I also need to find a picture of this to show my son because, unicorns and pink, he'd be happy at that. And the pink. And I've skipped ahead a little bit again, I see. Now we do our last normal one, and then I think we have to start building the interesting caps of the waterfall to make it look nice on either side. So black, brown, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. Let's see what we do for the next bit then. So we start off for the last line by setting it up as normal at the back. So we do the black, the brown, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, blue, the white, and the pink. What I don't know what we're going to do is for the end caps. Okay, so we now have to put these flat 1x2s on just to give it a little bit of extra height. Oh, you're going to tell Jessica to show me. Thank you so much. I really, I want to see that and I want to share it to the world because it's awesome. And yellow, and green, blue, purple, baby blue, white, and pink. I still want to know what they're going to do here because we've got no 1x1s left. Oh, well, that's interesting. So put black and purple at the end. Oh, I see. This fits that perfectly. So that's how we get our end bit. Nice. And then we put these across here to join them together. And the nice one here is this is now joining in a different place. On each layer that we've had, you've always had the join end in the middle. So join was always in the right place. And now we're moving the joints to each side for the last one. So then I'm guessing we have to do all of these bits. If I don't throw them across the room, it can always happen. So we do the two black. This is really starting to come together now. This is awesome. Everyone is awesome. Of course, it does mean that after a week, I'm already going to have to rearrange the shelves behind me because I want to make sure that this is in a place where it's totally visible on all my calls. And at the moment, there's not a shelf free for that. And then we do the blue, the purple, the white, and last but not least, our pink at the end. And I'm going to guess then that the last thing we have to do is put these across the top, like that. So, for the last time for the bricks, we're going to do the black, the brown, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the purple, the baby blue, the white, and the pink. So there's our display stand. That is really cool. Tell you what, it's actually got quite some weight to it. You see the set, you're not sure how much weight it's going to have, but that's actually quite heavy. And I'm guessing then the last thing that we need to do is put everybody on it. So we have our black Lego figure, our brown Lego figure, our red Lego figure. This is more difficult than it looks. You've got to make sure the arms are in the right place or they all ping off. Come on, guys. This is everybody is awesome, as in don't fight with each other. Orange. Yellow. Green. Blue. If you see me cracking up in a second, it's just because I can hear somebody singing out in the street and it's really cute. Purple. Baby blue. White. And last but not least, our pink. I absolutely adore this set. You know, it's a set with meaning behind it too, and I've actually got goosebumps right now finishing off putting this one together. I am so pleased that I got around to building it. It's awesome. And I'm also pleased that we don't actually have time to start the next set, because I think this is a superb place to end it. It's I hope you get to build it soon, Elder. It is a really nice set. It comes together really nicely. It's quite a fun build, even if there's a bit of repetition in there. It's actually still just a really nice build, and I think the end result is just going to look brilliant on the shelves behind me. And I think I know where I'm going to put it. I think it's going to take pride of place underneath the Women of NASA. So what I'm going to do before I say goodbye to you is we're going to come over here and come back to our main camera. Hello. And we're going to do a little bit of rearranging before I go. That is, if I don't get hooked onto my seat with my microphone cable. So we're going to move Star Wars down here a little bit. Our Imperial Shuttle, Poe's X-Wing, and Slave One. And we're going to bring this up, and hopefully it's going to fit. And that can take pride of place. I'm going to take it off later to give it a clean. But it can take pride of place right behind me when I'm working for the coming week. And I can be quite happy that that's there, I think. So, on that note, I would like to thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I am so pleased that I managed to get this one done. I hope you have an awesome rest of your Sunday. And before I go, I've just finished. I had a look at the rest of the book. I didn't think there was anything else in it because it just looked like a part list. But on the back of the book, we have a big party. So let's go and have a COVID-safe party. Let's have an enjoyable Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you next week when we'll be building something. I don't know what yet. It might be finishing off Carnage and Venom. It might be carrying on with the TARDIS. We'll find out. See you then. Thanks for joining me. Doody.